Hey guys, this is Weapon Gojira X back with another episode of More Than Meets the Name. The first trophy I'll be speaking about is Overhead View, just like old times, for using Overhead View on Shadow Moses Island in Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots. This trophy is missable. It's acquired during Act 4 when Snake returns to Shadow Moses Island. Upon reaching the base and helipad, the camera view can be changed to overhead by moving the right analog stick so it's over Snake's head. Now start moving around a bit. This will result in Snake getting all nostalgic about the past and unlocking this trophy. I like this trophy due to the nostalgia factor it had because I really enjoyed the first Metal Gear Solid. It's one of the 3 games I had on PlayStation 1 that introduced me to video games with interesting characters and stories. That's probably why I replayed this game multiple times. Before that, most of the video games I had played were Tetris, or ones where you kept running to the right, avoiding enemies and obstacles to get to the next level, where you did the same thing again. It's great that Snake and I got to go back to Shadow Moses, where everything started from Metal Gear Solid, considering Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots wrapped up Solid Snake's story. This also sort of scratches an itch I've had for a long time of Metal Gear Solid being remade like the newer Metal Gear Solid games. But nostalgia isn't the only thing I like about the Overhead View just like old times trophy. It's also that the trophy is self-referential. In the first Metal Gear Solid, and I believe this also includes the previous Metal Gear games, we viewed everything using an overhead view. That's why I found it humorous that before this trophy is earned, Snake breaks the fourth wall by saying overhead view, just like old times. By saying that line, it's like Snake is recalling how much easier it was to get the lay of the land and know the locations of patrolling enemies to sneak past them or take them out unnoticed. The last trophy I'll be talking about is Gorilla Thriller for climbing to the top of Wayne Tower while riding a gorilla and playing as a female character in LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. This trophy is missable, but can be easily acquired after completing the game's story mode. The gorilla is found in the Gotham Zoo, which you can fast travel to. There is a switch you'll need to press to open the gate to get into the gorilla pen, and they should then spawn. If they don't, leave the zoo, and then go back in and try again. Once you've got your gorilla, head south to Wayne Tower, which you can find on the map and mark. At Wayne Tower, look around the building to find a blue strip that will allow you to climb up the tower. Be careful, as there are enemies in the area and they may destroy your gorilla, causing you to make a trip back to the zoo. The trophy will pop once you reach the top of Wayne Tower. If you were thinking it but unsure at first, don't question yourself any longer. The Gorilla Thriller trophy is a reference to King Kong. Some of you may have your doubts and saying to yourself, there's nothing about the name Gorilla Thriller that makes me think about King Kong. Therefore, here's a quick summary covering the plot points shared by the original 1933 film and its 1976 and 2005 remakes. The movies start with a group of men going on an expedition to an uncharted place called Skull Island with one female character that is invited along. On Skull Island, the group meets some natives who want the female character, but this request is refused. That night, the natives kidnap the female character and sacrifice her to Kong, who's revealed to be a gigantic ape. Kong then takes the female character with him into the jungle and protects her from being attacked by giant prehistoric creatures. The group goes after the female character, with some being killed by the creatures they encounter. The surviving group members eventually rescue the female character and bring her back to the village of the natives. This causes Kong to attack the village while looking for the female character he's grown to care for. The group finds a way to knock Kong unconscious and bring him back to New York City. There, Kong is put on display but manages to break free. He then goes around the city looking for the female character. When he does find her, Kong takes her with him and climbs the tallest building in New York City. At the top of the building, Kong safely places the female character down to battle airplanes shooting at him. Eventually, Kong succumbs to his wounds and falls to his death. If I'm remembering correctly, the original 1933 film and the 1976 and 2005 remakes end with one of the main male characters looking at Kong's corpse and saying, "It wasn't the airplanes, it was beauty killed the beast." Now that the plot summary is out of the way, it should be more apparent how the Gorilla Thriller trophy is referencing King Kong. Sure, my plot summary left out unique details from the original movie and its remakes. You know, stuff like character motivations, how the female character ended up joining the expedition to Skull Island, the names of the characters, etc. But I had no intention of including that information. In my opinion, going into that much detail about 3 King Kong movies would be a snub to the focus of this part of the video, which is the Gorilla Thriller trophy. I might have said more about the King Kong movies than I'm about to say about the Gorilla Thriller trophy. Anyway, if you're still not convinced that the Gorilla Thriller trophy is referencing King Kong, then look at the trophy's name. It contains the word thriller, a work of fiction or drama designed to hold interest using a high degree of adventure, intrigue, or suspense. The King Kong movies and this trophy both follow the adventure of a gorilla climbing to the top of a tall building and bringing a female character along for the climb, which sounds intriguing and suspenseful. That statement certainly fits a simplified version of my plot summary of King Kong, which is considered a thriller film, and matches the description used for the Gorilla Thriller trophy. Of course, the similarities stop there. The gorilla needed for this trophy is normal size, that I like to think has been living peacefully in the Gotham Zoo and being well cared for. It wasn't abducted from its home like Kong was. Plus, the Lego gorilla doesn't share the same sad fate Kong does at the end of his movies. I'm pretty sure if the gorilla used for this trophy were to fall or jump from Wayne Tower, it would land on the ground unharmed, as I don't think there's fall damage in the open world portion of LEGO Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and leave some feedback in the comments below. I'll be back with more trophies that could be deemed as more than meets the name.